Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. The Dodgers get it done in the desert tonight. They beat the Diamondbacks 6-3. A.J. Pollock goes 2 for 5 with a 2-run home run. The Dodgers start this 9-game road trip with a 3-game winning streak. We're going to break it all down, but welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, the man of the fan, Doug McCain. You can find me at DMac_LA on Instagram and Twitter. And we're going to break down all of today's action, but as always, let me know where you're representing Dodgers Nation from tonight. Let me know in the comments. Give me your zip code, give me your city, give me your area code, whatever it is. Put it down in the comments where you're representing Dodgers Nation, and then give me all your fire takes, all your fire Dodger takes from tonight's game. Throw them in there. We're going to break it all down, and also be sure to retweet and share the show on Facebook and Twitter so everyone can join in on the action. But let's get right into it, guys. We got lots to get into. The Dodgers, they get it done. I told you before the game, I had the Dodgers winning 7-3. They get it done. They win 6-3. The offense comes alive. 3 home runs by the Dodgers. So the Dodgers, you knew at some point they were going to erupt with the long ball, and tonight you get dingers from A.J. Pollock, Corey Seager, and Max Muncy. He hits his 3rd home run of the year. But let's get right into it, guys. Throw it down. Throw me all your comments, all your takes in the comment section. Let's get it going. What up, Laura? We got great game. Ruben, 805, Santa Maria. We got Eric, great win, guys. Now get some sleep. We need this 4-game sweep. Yeah, we definitely need this 4-game sweep. The Padres currently are winning right now. You want the Dodgers to catch the Dodgers are in a fight for the NL West already with the San Diego Padres. They've gotten off to a hot start. The Diamondbacks tonight, Robbie Ray came out, and the Dodgers really just executed the plan. You saw the Dodgers. They took their walks tonight. The Dodgers took their free bases and worked the count up. They got his pitch count up. His pitch count was well over 89 in the 4th inning. We're going to break down the whole game, but let me get all your Dodger takes. Who was your player of the game? Throw it down in the comment. Give me your player of the game. If you have not already included your city, your zip code, your area code, let me know where you're representing Dodgers Nation from tonight. We got the John Gone from 559, the Visalia. What up, Visalia? It's where my mom and grandma currently reside. Poke, Seager is on fire. Yeah, Corey Seager is on fire. And it's not just that he's getting hits. Corey Seager is scorching baseballs at the moment. Corey Seager, you saw the home run tonight, and you just see he is just lacing him out there. Corey Seager, if you look at it on Baseball Savant, it has his hard hit percentage, and he's just raking right now, Corey Seager. And a lot of the balls that he's been hitting have been counted as outs, and they're hitting him right to guys. But Corey Seager, he gets another home run tonight, and top of the 2nd inning, Dodgers already up 3-0. And Corey Seager gives the Dodgers a 4-0 lead, and that bomb, he scorched it 104.9 miles per hour, 421 feet, the longest Dodger dinger of the year so far, and 13 times he's hit it with 100 miles per hour or more. So Corey Seager is absolutely locked in. Corey Revenge Season Seager, he's here to say, hey, I'm an elite player in this league, and you got to love what you're seeing from Corey Seager, really stepping up for this Dodgers offense. And yeah, back to you guys. Let's get crazy with these comments tonight. We have Pollock is on fire. Yeah, A.J. Pollock, another guy. Give A.J. Pollock lots of credit. A.J. Pollock, he got it started. The top of the 1st inning, a hard hit ball by Max Muncy. He's singled to right after it deflected off the D-backs, off of Christian Walker. And then heads up base running by Mookie Betts. You saw Mookie Betts, how he can impact the game in more ways than one. Tonight, on that play, you saw Mookie. I call it the Mookie mentality. He goes from 1st to 3rd on that play, puts the Dodgers in a great position to score some runs. He takes 3rd, and then Betts scores on a sac fly. By that was a nice catch. You got to tip your cap to that catch by Cole Calhoun. He saved the D-backs run, and then A.J. Pollock with the big fly off Robbie Ray, giving the Dodgers a home run in a 3-0 lead, 101.7 miles per hour off the bat, 384 feet. A.J. Pollock goes deep, and he was at that point 6 of his last 9. So he just jumped. He started the season, and A.J. Pollock has gotten it going for this Dodger team who need more people to step up. Look, Mookie Betts hasn't been the Mookie Betts as far as hitting for average. He's going to get close to 300 at some point, and he's shown flashes of his elite style of play, but Cody Bellinger's been struggling. Max Muncy until tonight wasn't hitting for average that well. So I think that Corey Seager and A.J. Pollock have really been the stories on offense, along with Justin Turner as well. And then Mookie Betts is starting to get it going. You see that. And then Justin Turner still having great at-bats. But A.J. Pollock is really the star on offense right now, getting it done. And the Dodgers come out. They set the tone. They deliver with runners in scoring position. So they were hitting 190 with runners in scoring position coming into the game, and then Pollock goes deep, giving the Dodgers a 3-0 lead. So who's your player of the game? I think I have to go with A.J. Pollock. A little homecoming for A.J. Pollock, and he brings it to the D-backs tonight, gets another extra base hit later in the game. But Chandler, Arizona from Frank Otero, Laura Ruiz, the 408 San Jose, good pitching. Yeah, great pitching, especially from the bullpen. We're going to break down Ross Stripling, Ross Stripling tonight, 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 86 pitches, and 54 strikes. So he didn't pitch as well as he did against the Giants when he had 7 strikeouts in 7 innings, and his off-speed stuff just wasn't breaking like it was in his previous outing. It didn't have that bite, but give Ross Stripling a ton of credit. He battled out there. He made pitches when he needed to. I think the only issue with Ross Stripling tonight was those first pitch strikes. 11 for 22 on first pitch strikes, was getting behind in the count on several different batters. But Ross Stripling, Ross Stripling is the innings eater of not only this team, but of Major League Baseball. Ross Stripling is one of only 8 starters that has gone past 7 innings in this young MLB season. He's the only starter that's gone past 5, I believe, for this Dodgers team. So give Ross Stripling, the guy who is going to be an Anaheim Angel, Los Angeles Angel. Oh, they're back to Anaheim Angel again. But give Ross Stripling all the credit. He stepped up, and he's been an innings eater as relative to the other starters so far. So, like I said, didn't pitch as well. Kind of break down some. Well, actually, let's get back, guys. Knock out a bunch of these comments. Portland. Come on, I want to rep your city, guys. I want to get at least like 50 cities, 50 zip codes in here. Dave Ray from Phoenix, 480. Winfield from Ricky. Jason Johnson representing Doyers in Colorado Springs. We got Victorville from Enrique Valdez. Pokey, Prime Bullpen is back. What I say the first show of the season, guys, I said 2020 was going to be the year of the bullpen for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And thus far, they've proven me right. Look, in the series against the Houston Astros, were at their peak. They were one of the best offenses this game has ever seen. They were putting up numbers that were similar to the Murderers Row New York Yankees. We all know those numbers are very flawed, and we know why. We won't trash the Trastros again, but we could if you want to. I'm down for that anytime. But the Dodgers go in there, and their bullpen, they give you 15 innings, 6 hits, 0 earned runs, and 16 strikeouts in that 2-game sweep against the Trastros, the clash with the trash. And then tonight, 3 2/3 innings. 3 2/3 innings for the Dodgers bullpen, 0 runs, 1 walk. 1 walk came at the end with Pedro Baez at the end there. But other than that, there was 1, 2, 3 innings for the Dodgers. Give Adam Clark a lot of credit. He comes in and he gives up that hit. They score the run. That was Ross Stripling's run tonight. But he's still adjusting to a new role. Look, he's more of a specialized guy. He's a loogie, and he's adjusting to this new 3-batter minimum role, and he's facing righties now. And, hey, give Adam Clark lots of credit. Adam Clark tonight, he goes in there. He gives him 2/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout, 1 run, 17 pitches, 17 strikes. So he gives up that fly ball, and to Mookie, it scoring Walker. I mean, it's 6-3, and then he gets LeCastro on a called strike. So he painted that on LeCastro, so he gets that at that inning. And then Joe Kelly, our hero, hashtag free Joe Kelly. We don't want to get into that too much, but it was ridiculous. The fact that you give 8 games for a guy that hits the cheaters that didn't get any suspension. I guess Joe Kelly wasn't eligible for that immunity that all those players got. But hey, don't get me started on Joe Kelly and the Houston Astros. Let's focus on this game. We go off the rails very quickly here, but all I got to say is hashtag free Joe Kelly. You're a hero in Los Angeles forever, my man. But yeah, Joe Kelly, a little less eventful than his last outing tonight with Joe Kelly. So he goes in there, and Chris Taylor makes that great play to get Ahmad. He was deep in the hole. He was going right, but Chris Taylor has struggled offensively in the start of the season, but give him credit. That was a great play on defense. He's so versatile. You saw him playing short there. And then a 1-2-3-7 for Joe Kelly. Did a much better job of commanding his fastball tonight. He was locating it. He didn't look flustered out there. He had that new Joe Kelly, King of LA confidence tonight for Joe Kelly. So you love to see him coming out there. And then Brusdar Graterol. Look, we are going to be talking about this guy all season long. The bazooka is a weapon. He one inning pitch tonight, 8 pitches, 7 strikes. So 8 pitches, 7 strikes. And this guy, he misses bats and he misses barrels. Lots of soft contact in a 1-2-3 inning. Let's talk about my man Brusdar Graterol. But the Dodgers tonight, they get it done in the desert. They improve their record to 5-2. Tied for first in the NL West. With the season this short, I'm sure we'll be talking magic numbers by next show. But tonight, the Dodgers, they got it done. Back to the comments, though. Tina G-Man with the clap. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Go Dodgers. Keep up the great work, Dodgers. David Ray Bellinger is not hitting. Yeah, we can get into Cody Bellinger. Look, Cody Bellinger, 1 extra base hit through 7 games so far. This road trip, I think he goes 1 for 14. And Cody Bellinger is definitely, there's no question about it, Cody Bellinger is going through it out there. Cody Bellinger, his average dropped to 161 tonight. He's slashing 161, 235, and he's slugging 194 with an OPS of 429. So the start he had last year, this is the opposite of that for Cody Bellinger. Just 5 hits and 31 at-bats for Cody Bellinger, 1 double, and 3 RBIs. So there's a lot that's been made about the change in Cody Bellinger's stance. And to me, it's something that he really needs to think long and hard about, because yes, I understand you want to refine your stance and you want to he wants to put himself in a better position to not get exploited on some of his weaknesses on those high-end inside pitches, and he just wants to be a more dynamic hitter. But I think you got to close off that stance a little bit, and you have to revisit what got you there. So last year, he had a 305 average, and he just wasn't, and he's not striking out too as badly. It's not the strikeouts for Cody Bellinger, which is a good sign, but his on-base percentage last year was 406. But it's tough to argue with Cody Bellinger for why he wanted to change that stance, because Cody Bellinger, about the hot start. He was on pace to hit 400 deep into May, but then he didn't fall off a cliff or anything like that, but he finished the last 4 months of the season batting .262 with 27 home runs. So the bombs were still there. So Cody Bellinger, you can hit .262, but we need the extra base hits. We need the bombs. We need the slugging. And then the NLDS, he bat .211. So he bat .211 the NLDS. So Cody Bellinger, he's still trying to find it, but give him credit, because I think that, look, he's willing to go through this now if it means more success later down the road. Because if you're Cody Bellinger, I understand you want him to change his stance back and just review the tape of when he was dominating early in 2017 or 2019 last year. But if you're Cody Bellinger, you're saying to yourself, look, fine, I could recreate that in the regular season, but is that going to help me in the postseason? He's a career 178 hitter in the postseason. He hit 63 in the 2018 World Series. So if Cody Bellinger is saying, hey, I'm willing to go through this struggle right now and through these growing pains, if it means that I'm going to be a better hitter and have a chance to have more success in the postseason, I'm all for it. But he's definitely going through it right now, and he's just not seeing the ball well. You saw it. You saw it in that pitch tonight where Cody Bellinger he just looked at strike 3, and it was just not there for Cody Bellinger. But let's get back into it, guys. Keep firing away. Give me all your Dodger hot takes. The hottest takes are the ones that are definitely getting read, but I'm trying to read as many as I can. Santiago, clutch hitting again. Tonight. Yeah, the Dodgers kind of took a page out of their past where, look, the Dodgers last year, they averaged 1.7 home runs per game, and this year, it's closer to 1. And tonight, 3 bombs for the Dodgers, 1 by Pollock, 1 by Seager, 1 by Muncy. Clutch hitting, look, they went 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, but they're still finding their offense. And the promising thing is, look, like I said, I thought they were going to have break out a little more. I expected something like 7 runs tonight. But the Dodgers still get the win, and they really haven't hit their stride. They really haven't gelled as an offense like we're going to see when they're firing on all cylinders. Look, Mookie Betts, he flashed tonight. Mookie Betts, you saw tonight, a hard single for Mookie Betts. Hits into a double play, he flies out tonight for Mookie Betts. But Mookie Betts isn't playing his best baseball, and either is Cody Bellinger. Mookie Betts, he's hitting .206 right now, 7 for 34, 2 doubles. and Cody Bellinger hitting 161. So those are the MVBs, MVBs I like to call them, and they're not playing their best baseball, yet the Dodgers are still on their way to taking and look, I think the competition, the NOS, is only going to help the Dodgers. Look, I almost hope the Padres are having success because, look, I understand that there's the expanded postseason, but I want to see the Dodgers playing postseason level baseball. Like those last 2 games with the Astros, that was something else. I've never seen anything like that when it comes to the intensity of a regular season game. But Seager is MVP from Pollock. By the way, shout out to all my people out there. I think Real FRG had him as the MVP of this team, and some other people too. But all you people that pick Corey Seager to be the MVP of this team, you guys are looking really good right now because Corey Seager is on fire. Look, Corey Seager, he's hitting 321, but he could easily be hitting 500, right? He could be easily hitting 450 because he is scorching the baseball. He's top tier, elite status when it comes to exit velocity in this league. And Corey Seager is putting together one hell of a start. Currently, after today, his average, he's hitting 321, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. So not striking out too much. And Corey Seager just looks absolutely locked in. I hope he can sustain this entire year. Corey Seager is going to be that weapon that we weren't expecting him to be, a 300-plus hitter with the way he's hitting the ball. He's rocket shots, getting great contact. But Corey Seager is a very encouraging development for this Dodger team, no question about it. The 9-5-1, we got Pollock as MVP. Mesa, Arizona, we got Pollock is fire from Doug Crosby. What up, Doug? Tina G-Man, I didn't get to watch the Lakers. Oh, really? Yeah, hey, man. I was flipping back and forth, too. I was scared I was going to turn on and be like, oh, Mookie Betts finished tonight with 24 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. But no, man, I was locked into the Dodger game. You got to double screen that, if you know what I mean. Love seeing Kelly pitching. Yeah, Michelle Carter. I think that he's the man of the hour in Los Angeles is Joe Kelly. There's no question about it. I've heard people talking about erecting statues. Look, Joe Kelly, just thinking about it too, that you got to be some kind of crazy to know that you're going to throw a 98, 100 mile per hour, or even like any type of baseball. If you're going to just throw 98 mile per hour pitches to other dudes on the field, just knowingly, that knows you're just wired different. And Joe Kelly is a crazy dude. Just ask the scars on his arms. I don't know if you heard Joe Davis tonight talking about Joe Kelly having scars on his arm from all those fights he got into. But look, the Dodgers could use that type of edge. Look, when you have won more games than any franchise over the last decade, and you've won 7 straight division titles, you've been to 2 of the last 3 World Series, look, you might naturally just get complacent, and you might think that this is just commonplace to dominate your division every year. So having the edge of Joe Kelly, having that fire, that spitfire, I think it really is great as a great thing for this team, and there's no shortage of that with Joe Kelly. So you're the man, Joe Kelly. Did you guys cop one of our Joe Kelly t-shirts? I think we have a couple of those things flew off the rack. It was like a Supreme release or something because people were just buying those like crazy. There's a clean version and there's one that says, the B word or whatever you want to call it. Go cop that shirt, man. I've seen them. Those are the real deal. In fact, go to the Dodgers Nation store. Go to DodgersNation.com/shop and get geared up. The greatest Dodger gear there is. I'm telling you, man. The Chico Mania shirt, fly. But let's get back to you guys. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 505, go Dodgers. Good night from Georgetown, Arizona, not Dodgers Nation. Santiago, man, go take a Red Bull. Pour yourself some coffee, man. We're not done with the show yet, my man. We got Hey Doug, Dodger fan from Brisbane, Australia, Dodgers Nation, Glenn Long. My man, all the way from down under. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, this is not Dodgers Nation. This is Dodgers Nations. Last episode, we had someone from the Philippines. Now we got my man in Australia. How's it going, my dude? Will Gratterall take over Kenley Jansen as closer? Wow, that is a great question because, look, Kenley Jansen is a guy that, look, he's still that cutter. He's still trying to get the velocity up on his cutter. He's still trying to get that working his slider more, work on that pitch mix. He can't rely on his cutter like he did in years past. But hey, Brusdar Gratterall has elite closer written all over him this year. Kenley Jansen, he walked a guy yesterday in the in the series against the Astros. And look, Kenley Jansen is a guy, he did pick up the save, so you got to give him that. And so he's 1 for 1 on the year, 3 innings pitched, has given up a hit. But, hey, it was a big test for Kenley Jansen, and he has had 2 walks on the year. So you want to see him keep runners off base, get ahead in the count, work that strike zone, and he just can't hang stuff, right? He can't hang stuff in the zone, middle, because you know what, Kenley Jansen, the issue is the home runs. And, yeah, Kenley Jansen, it's the home runs. Last year, 8 blown saves for Kenley Jansen, but hey, I'm still going to give him a chance this year. But now Kenley Jansen knows that there is guys like you mentioned, like the Bazooka. I mean, dude, the Bazooka has it, right? The nickname, we're talking 101 on the gun. Like I said, he should change his number from 48 to 76 because he's straight gas. And I think Brusdar Graterol is a perfect option for a closer's role in the future. So the beauty of it all is the fact that the Dodgers, they have that arm talent that is conducive for closers. I mean, you got guys, look, Trinan, who was the best closer in the game in 2018. You have Joe Kelly. We saw what he did in the 2018 World Series. You saw what look at I think that one of the themes of this year is if the bullpen can get their pitchers to pitch like it's 2018, whether it be Dylan Floro or Jake McGee or Blake Trinan or even Kenley Jansen. So, look, I think that Brusdar Graterol is a guy I would take a hard look at if Kenley Jansen doesn't deliver this year. So I definitely think it's a guy that would get a long look. I've been talking about the possibility of Tony Gonsolin as a closer, but Gonsolin's going tomorrow, so I definitely think that is definitely something. Look, he's only 21 years old, but hey, I love the fact that Dodgers picked him up. Don't forget, he was picked up. He was involved in the Mookie trade. He comes from Minnesota and with Kenta Maeda in that deal. So Pollock is seeing the ball really well from Connor Jackson. Yes, absolutely. A.J. Pollock is seeing the ball really well, and you saw him that home run off Robbie Ray. 101 miles per hour off the bat, and then you see on the doubles getting really great hard contact. And, I love what I saw out of A.J. Pollock. And he's a guy who's another wild card for this team. And when he's healthy and when he's right, he can be productive. Look, I think his performance in the NLDS left a bad taste in your mouth, right? And it kind of stings, 9 strikeouts and 11 at-bats, I believe it was. But, hey, he looks healthy. He looks really great. Hey, man, new daughter. This guy is just got a great vibe to him right now. I think A.J. Pollock is, like you said, seeing the ball really well, working the count. He's waiting for his pitch. And I think that's one of Cody's issues. Look, Cody, I think he's overthinking at the plate a little bit. Cody Bellinger, yes, you change your swing, and I almost think that, hey, we want the old Cody Bellinger back, right? We want MVP Cody Bellinger back, and I think that one of the things you can learn from A.J. Pollock is find your pitch to hit, and A.J. Pollock is doing that this year, and just look at A.J. Pollock, man, starting the year off so strong for this squad. A.J. Pollock, man, he's hitting after tonight 500 for A.J. Pollock on the year, 8 for 16 with 3 doubles and a home run. So 2 RBIs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So A.J. Pollock is doing his thing for the Dodgers. So Mookie mentality, yep, Polk, that's what I'm talking about. Betts mentality. Pollock is seeing the ball really well from Polk. Joseph Chavez, Joe Point, Arena, California. Yeah, if you have not, throw that city, throw that zip codes. We had Australia. How's it going from down under? Joseph Megazzeni, what up from DTLA? He was big on the show last year. How's it going, Joseph Megazzeni? What's popping out in DTLA? He's the closest guy to Dodger Stadium. Let's see who's the closest to Dodger Stadium right here. We got Chaim Weingarten. Will Graterol take over Jansen as closer? Cody Bellinger could use some more mentorship. I don't think it's necessarily mentorship. I think that's an interesting thing to explore. But I think it's more Cody Bellinger. Look, he's a guy that his swing is explosive. His swing is violent. And he just looks lost out there at the plate. There's no question about it. He looks like he's not confident at the plate. And when you combine all that with trying to work in a new swing and a slow start, but I do give Cody Bellinger a lot of credit because at some point the light switch is going to turn on and everything's going to click. And I think Cody Bellinger is going to be better off if he understands. Because, look, you don't change your swing just to change your swing, right? Okay, I understand. Look, Cody Bellinger could have easily said, I won the MVP last year. I am Cody Bellinger. I'm still young. I've got a lot of room to grow. But Cody Bellinger understood that he finished the year in the last 4 months batting .262, and he knows that he struggled in the postseason where he hit just .211. And so I give Cody Bellinger a lot of credit, but if it doesn't start to click in place in the next week or so with such a shortened season, I think you might have to go back to the drawing board and go with what got you there. You might want to close up that stance a little bit. His setup is just it's not as crazy of a tweak as I think it's made out to be, but I think Cody Bellinger is going to find it. I think he's going to get hot again and try to rekindle that fire that he had all season last year. So I'm still high on Cody Bellinger. He just needs to find it. And hey, man, give him credit. We got Adam, though, Gratterall's number one fan and Gratterall's doppelganger right there, the bazooka. I'm in love with his arm. You're in love with his arm. I love that, man. Yeah, Gratterall, dude. I mean, this guy, he just does it with so much ease. It's effortless gas for Bruised Dog Gratterall, straight gas, homie, and then the soft contact. You just love what you see from Bruised Dog Gratterall. He's a guy that, look, finding a dominant reliever is a crapshoot. You don't want to trade big-time position players or pitchers for a reliever, especially from year to year. There's so much inconsistency with a lot of relievers. So Gratterall has shined so far for this Dodgers bullpen. A great development. I've been so impressed with the bazooka. The question is, are you going to cop that Bruised Dog Gratterall jersey with the bazooka on the back, Adam? Mike Navarro, let's do this, Dodgers. 2020, our year. Exactly. Hey, man, that's the mentality right there. 2020 is our year. The Dodgers are going to get it done. Look, like I said, this offense has not even gotten close to finding itself. The pitching staff, a lot of question marks there at the moment. So this team, to be where they are, to be where they are and go into Houston with everything that series meant, to take two and ride that emotional high, and then to go into Arizona and take care of business 6-3, 7 hits for the Dodgers tonight, 3 big home runs. Hey, the Dodgers have not even begun to peak yet. So, hey, you want to peak in postseason, you want to stay healthy, and you want to stay hot. So that's what this season's all about. And I think that the unexpected play of A.J. Pollock, and look, we all know Corey Seager was a great player, but with all those injuries, kind of the injury reputation was clouding over Corey Seager. That was kind of something that people talked about. Is this guy ever going to have a fully healthy season once again? And he looks healthy, and he is beyond hot right now. So Corey Seager is just hitting the leather off the baseball at the moment. But let's get back to the comments. Rand Malone, make it official, strip over Wood for the 5-hole from Rand. Hey, I think that the Dodgers' commitment to Alex Wood, bring him in, hoping, like I said in the last show, the Dodgers, they signed up for 2018 Alex Wood, and they got the Reds version of Alex Wood. But hey, it's still early. You got to give him a couple starts. And I'm not the jury's, I'm not making my final decision on Alex Wood, because, hey, the great thing about this Dodger pitching staff is you have guys that can pitch in relief. You have guys that can provide bullpen help, and then you have guys that start. Look at Tony Gonsolin is starting tomorrow, and he's a guy who can easily give you 2+ innings out of the bullpen. Dustin May, he can be dominant out of the pen, and he started it yesterday. So the Dodgers have guys. Ross Stripling has shown that he can get it done coming out of the bullpen too, and I think that's one of the great things about this team is that they're pitching. They have versatility with their arms, and I think the great thing about that is that depth, it creates competition. And Alex Wood, Ross Stripling, and a save for Clayton Kershaw when he comes back, and Julio Urias and Walker Buehler, I think those last 2 spots could go so many different ways. So I think that when it comes to Ross Stripling in particular, you love what you see out of Stripling to start the year. And I'm super here for like Mr. Chip on my shoulder Ross Stripling. I love Ross Stripling. You tried to trade me to Anaheim. You tried to you didn't give me an opportunity to start. I love this version of Ross Stripling, and tonight, like I said, didn't pitch as well as he did against the Giants, but 5 1/3 innings, a solid outing for him. And like I said, the big thing today was, he did throw a lot of pitches in the first inning. 20 pitches for Ross Stripling. but he's still getting used to throwing his changeup more. So he's throwing his changeup twice as much, and it's that third pitch for Ross Stripling. He's a much more dynamic pitcher, and when he's throwing his changeup and his curveball, which is easily a top 10 curveball in Major League Baseball, and he's painting the strike zone like Ross, like Bob Ross Stripling, painting the strike zone like Bob Ross Stripling, then you're seeing a very solid 3-4 starter out there. Ross Stripling could be the ace for some teams in this league. And tonight, the only issue was it just early in the early innings, his off-speed stuff didn't have the break that we saw against the Giants, but he's still getting used to throwing that changeup as much. Like I said, twice as much. That's how much he's utilizing that changeup. He's hitting 93, 94, but it's also the first pitch strikes for Ross Stripling tonight. Tonight, Ross Stripling on the first pitch strikes, 11 for 22. So you want to see him clean that up a little bit, attack hitters, paint the zone with strikes, and we could break down some of his innings. Let's get back to the comments. How do you guys feel about Ross Stripling, by the way? How would you grade the Ross Stripling experience early in 2020? I'm definitely giving it a B+. A B+ because he comes out there and he takes care of business, and he has led the Dodgers in innings from a starter. So you got to give him that. Stripling is still solid from Poke. Make it official. We got Chicken Strip from the Blazing King. Man, I'm thirsty. Ross Stripling is pitching great, innings eater for us. I'm glad we didn't trade him. Exactly. Sometimes the best trades are the ones you don't make, and Ross Stripling is a perfect example of that. And also, and we picked up, let's break down some of his innings. So the third inning, they lit off the inning with two first pitch balls. He was falling behind early in a lot of batters. Ketel Martel, he homers on that 93-mile-per-hour four-seamer that was just a little too high. And that's the thing, too. He's given up runs, but a lot of them are solo home runs. So not too much damage with this Dodgers offense. He can go out there and give up a couple solo home runs. You don't want to encourage that, but it's not going to be the death knell for the Dodgers if he does that. Then Mookie Betts, he robs Cole Calhoun on that hit. By the way, the Mookie mentality, the Mookie moxie, and you saw that play, Cole Calhoun. And, you saw that could have been a single, could have been a double, a triple for some players. And it's the little things with Mookie Betts that show how elite he is. So a great play by Mookie Betts, and then he walks Starling Marte on a 4-pitch walk, and he gets Escobar with his first strikeout of the night. So not too much swing and miss for Ross Stripling tonight. But then he comes in, and Ross Stripling, you saw what he does too. He takes his game to a whole nother level when there's runners on base. Last year he was second in the majors with a 159 average with runners in scoring position, and he gets Jake Lamb to fly out, Marte flies out, Calhoun flies out, and then the fourth inning, that was probably his best inning of the night. His first 1, 2, 3 inning, and he started to settle down. And you got to give that, you got to give it to the bullpen. The bullpen came in and just dominated again. Last 2 games, 14 innings pitched, 6 hits, 0 runs, and 16 Ks for this bullpen. So as long as Ross Stripling was going to give them at least 5, I knew the Dodgers would get the win tonight with the way this bullpen is performing. And then kind of where he got into trouble was that fifth inning. So Stripling, he hits Marte on that curveball that slipped out of Ross's hands. And then Escobar grounds into a force out to second. Kiki and CT3, they get the out at second but couldn't turn it. And then Christian Walker, he scorched that double to left field. That scored Escobar, and that was it for Ross Stripling. So with the runner on second, Adam Claret comes in, and then he gives up the single. He gives up the single on a fly ball hit towards Mookie Betts, and then he gets LeCastro on that called strike. But here we go. I'm a Dodger fan. In plays Jason. We got I love it, the clash with the trash. Blue Crew, how you, man? Our bullpen is a gold mine. Burps, free Joe Kelly. Yeah, everyone throwing there a hashtag free Joe Kelly. I want to see that. Hashtag free Joe Kelly, because it's ridiculous. 8 games for Joe Kelly. And what did Joe Kelly really do? What did Joe Kelly what did he really do what did Joe Kelly do that the Astros didn't deserve, right? Look, that was the least That was the least we could do against the Houston Astros. Look, they're lucky. They're lucky that it didn't get much worse than that. And the Dodgers, they took the high road. The Dodgers, look, I said the best revenge is success. They went in there and they took 2 games. And Joe Kelly is an absolute hero here in Los Angeles. And you need that. You need that crazy mentality coming out of the bullpen right there. Yet you see Gratterall moving into the closing role from Joseph Megazzini. I definitely think that he's a guy that the Dodgers brought in knowing he was going to that he has the stuff for high leverage situations. We're not talking about just gas, and if he was just a straight hurler right there throwing 100. Look, man, this is Major League Baseball. Guys can time up a rocket ship if you give him enough time, but he has the movement on his stuff, and he's a more dynamic pitcher than just that. And I definitely think that he's a guy that, look, if not this year, next year, or the year after that, he'll be the next closer for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm telling you that right now. Kenley Jansen was one of the best relievers in the history of the game. He's the all-time saves leader for this franchise. This is no disrespect to Kenley Jansen, but at some point, an arm only has so many innings. Father of Time will catch up to you, and Brusdar Gratterall, the bazooka, will be the king of the bullpen for the Dodgers at some point in his career. And whether or not it's this year, that's based solely on Kenley's performance. If Kenley Jansen is performing to where he's capable of, if he's getting saves, if he's getting outs, then he holds on to that. But look, the Dodgers can't afford to blow games in a 60-game season. Look, we're already 10% completed of this season. I hate to even say that or think that, but seems like it just started, which it just did. But I definitely am high on that. How do you guys feel about that? Is he the next closer of the Dodgers? Is it this year or is it next year? Let me know down below in the comments. Neil Scott, the two best hitter on the team right now are AJ Pollock and Corey Seager. A big agree from me. Big agree. And the bullpen has been lights out. So much for all the armchair GM that split on both for the last 20 months. Hey, Neil Scott, if you watched the first show of the year, one of the things I said, 2020 is the year of the bullpen. And the reason I was confident in saying that was the influx in Armtown. Look, Blake Trinan at his best. I don't know if you watched him in 2018. I don't know why. For some reason, I watch a lot of A's baseball because they're on the West Coast. I like their uniforms. I love Ricky Henderson, whatever. I like the A's. Moneyball, And by 2018, he was lights out. So, and then they're in, look at, if some of these guys just step up that are reclamation projects, the Dodgers are in a great position to have success out of the bullpen because, look, in the postseason, it's about gas, it's about missing bats, and the Dodgers have the arm talent to play up, the arm talent that plays up in the postseason. But here we go. We got Ryan Doug. What up, Ryan? How's it going, my man? Jason, blank is also a 4-letter word in what most people call the Astros. I love it. Hey, like I said, there's no wrong time for an Astros burn here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Like I said, 2020 is the year for the Astros. Perfect. No fans at the game to boo them, and they get to wear their masks so they can hide their cheating faces, right? No, but look, the Dodgers, they took care of business. We're going to smoke them when we play them. I hope we smoke them in the World Series. Man, just looking at them makes me mad. I never thought I could hate a team more than the Houston Astros, but, man, they put me in a bad – they do something to me, man. I'm sure I'm not the only one, right? Jason or Poke, we just need elite starting rotation. I do think that we have the makings of an elite starting rotation. I don't think Urias has like that was a down game for Urias. I still think that when he was on, you saw, look, it's kind of the same issue. He needs to work his command. He needs first pitch strikes. He needs to throw his slider, his changeup, his off-speed stuff for strikes. And then Dustin May, he's not quite there, but we know he has elite rotation stuff. So, he could be a frontline starter one of these days. I think the Dodgers, I don't even want to make too many predictions on like a trade market because I just don't know what the market's going to look like and if teams are going to be aggressive and things like that. But let's get back to you guys. Bellinger looks like he's doing a lot of guessing out there. Yeah, when you see, I think that's a take that I can get behind too. He does look like when he's missing, his helmet's falling off and that sort of thing. So I do think there is times during the game where he definitely looks like he's not seeing the ball, he's not feeling the count as well. And I definitely think that you're right on the money with that. Poggy, I'm not worried at all about Mookie Betts. I'm not worried about Mookie Betts. And Mookie Betts to me is like the sun. I know it's coming tomorrow, right? So Mookie Betts is definitely at some point gonna. He already has impacted the game in so many different ways. Just the little micro things today. he makes that catch on today, when he robbed Cole Calhoun on that hit. Look, like I said, that could be the start of a big inning for the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers could let that one slip away. He goes first to third. On that play when on that ball that deflected off of Christian Walker on that Muncy hit. So it's the little things with Mookie Betts. He's still impacting the game, and that you're seeing the impact he has on a baseball. Yesterday, hard hit ball. When he hits the ball, he's hitting it hard. He is popping out at times. There's some soft contact, but I think that he's a guy. Last year, he started the season slow. He was hitting like 227 until July 1st, until June 1st, and then he tore it up the rest of the way through. So Mookie Betts is coming, guys. Mookie Betts is going to still be the leader. He's, like I said, you look up franchise player in the dictionary, and Mookie Betts is the picture you see. Couldn't be more excited to have him as a Dodger. Frank Martinez, last season home run total for Will Smith will end up being his career high. Like, I think last year he had 12 home runs, hit 45 RBIs. I disagree with that. He's another guy where, look, I think Will Smith, he finished the night. Yeah, another rough night for Will Smith, but he's another guy. He's giving you better at bats out there. I definitely disagree with that. I mean, Will Smith, 12 home runs in his career. He's going to find it. I think that he's another guy who has to make the adjustments. He can't be a guy that just wants to slug and hit fly balls. He's got to go up there, give the Dodgers a competitive at-bat. That was one thing I was thinking of tonight, too, because look, what was the talk, right? The talk was, oh, you give the Dodgers the DH, and it's lights out for this offense, right? Well, the Dodgers are currently getting 143. You know, the 9-hitter in this offense is hitting 143 going into tonight. So, look, they need a little more productivity from that part of the lineup. If you look, everyone was debating, was it Kiki, was it Chris Taylor? Chris Taylor and Kiki Hernandez are both struggling. Kiki Hernandez, he got that he had that big night on opening night, 4 hits on opening night with the home run. Since then, though, like right now, Kiki Hernandez 8 for 29 on the year, hitting 276, but he had that 4-hit opening night. And then Chris Taylor, he's hitting 182 on the year, 4 of 22. So, look, hey, man, I personally, they signed Chris Taylor to a 2-year deal. You know Kiki Hernandez is going to walk for sure. Someone's going to pay Kiki Hernandez. I still want to take a long look at Gavin Lux. I still think that Gavin Lux, I don't think that it's I disagree with the theory that there's any service time manipulation because, look, the Dodgers, if they don't win a World Series by the time Gavin Lux is a free agent, that GM will not be there. I don't care if it's Andrew Freeman. There will be a front office shakeup and a managerial shakeup by then if the Dodgers don't get it done. So I still want to see Gavin Lux at the major league level. I still would like to see him get some reps at second base because, hey, the talent is there, and I'd rather take raw talent over something that, look, I mean, I think that at some point Kiki Hernandez is who he is. Yes, he was clutch. He's been clutch in big moments. Game 3 in the NLDS last year comes to mind. He hit a home run in Game 5. Of course, there's the clincher in 2017. But if you look at his metrics, they've gone down in the last couple of years. So, look, I mean, I personally still want to see. I'm telling you right now, I would rather go with this. If I'm going to see someone struggle in the 2 spot, I'd rather see Gavin Lux struggle there than to see Kiki Hernandez struggle there. But here we go, Poke. We got a very competitive division this season. That's a great point, Poke. Look, usually it's the Dodgers and I always say it's the Dodgers and the rest in the NL West. But this year you got teams like the Padres. Give the Padres credit. They signed Pomeranz. They probably have the best bullpen. Look, we have the best bullpen right now. I mean, I think, in my personal opinion, but they have a very strong bullpen. They brought in Pham. They're going to be scoring runs. You know that Tatis Jr. is only going to get better. They have Manny Machado. By the way, Manny Machado's hustle is whatever his hustle is. Mookie Betts is the opposite. So let's just be happy we ended up with Mookie instead of Manny with that big signing because, hey, I'm telling you that they would have considered him if he had played very well with the Dodgers. But I definitely agree with you. Then Arizona has a lot of talent. Martell. Lots of talent for this Arizona team. I don't think they top to bottom have the pitching that they need to really compete in the division, but yeah, you're definitely totally right. The Giants are, look, I mean, we split with the Giants, so what can we say? I mean, they're pretty much the Double-A Flying Squirrels of the Double-A Flying Squirrels, and the Dodgers split too with them. So from Paramount, by the way, if you have not, give me your city, give me your zip. Who's the closest to Dodger Stadium? Who's the furthest away? Australia was the furthest. Downtown LA from Joe Magazzini is probably the closest I've seen so far. We got Luis from Paramount, California. Jason, go Dodgers, go Niners, go Lakers, and go Los Angeles Kings. It's almost 1:30 here. Good night, good luck, and go blue. That's what I'm talking about. Richard, AJ Pollock got cured. Oh, gosh. Pokey, definitely not reading that one. Lakers and Dodgers, 2020 champs. Go Dodgers. John Cozy replying to John Nichols. Get that Niner stuff out of here. Who's your team, John? Who's your NFL team if you don't like the Niners? Deborah Young sleeping on Florida's Space Coast. We got Florida in the house. Gratterall has the Winter Soldier arm. I love that. I'm so excited for Trinan. Yeah, me too, Brian Hanna. How's it going, my man? Pokey, the only thing Poke. Is it Poke or Pokey, man? Because I had Pokey today, and that's why I keep calling you Pokey, man. Is it Poke? The only thing concerning about Gratterall is his violent arm swing. His elbow got shattered. Then he got the TJ. Yeah, when you get cut, you get cut. And look, that just comes with the territory of having that. It's not too much. It's not too much upper body for him, though. It's not too much upper body for or lower body for Gratterall. So that is definitely a cause for concern. Joseph Magazzini, what up, Doug? What up, Joseph Magazzini? He's the Joseph Magazzini, man. We got a celebrity in the house. A superstar lawyer is Joseph Magazzini. KXIXNXP, Orlando, Florida in the house. What up, Orlando? Hey, man, you should sneak in. You should go hang out with Lou Williams when he sneaks out of the bubble. No, but, hey, man, you got the NBA in your town. We got hello from the Bay Area, Cookie, Antonio Uribe. Is it only me, or does anyone else feel like Mookie could have hustled more on that DP? I mean, I still think that no. I mean, look. I mean, at some point, I think that wouldn't have changed that play. Joseph, in my opinion, I got to go back and watch. But look, I mean, it was still kind of a bang bang play. Joseph Magazzini, the Tolles story. Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of new information on Andrew Tolles as far as I know. But hey, man, I hope he gets better. Would love to see him back in the big leagues. I mean, that'd be like a Disney movie or something. Definitely wishing Andrew Tolles well. Hello from the Bay Area. We got Antonio. We got Joseph. We got Deborah Young. I'm probably the furthest from Dodger Stadium, from Melbourne, Florida. All right, cool. We had Australia for Melbourne. We had Australia, but Melbourne, Florida, that's up there. Diego, you think Mookie is doing better day to day? I definitely do. I definitely think that Mookie's doing better day to day. I think that was really kind of the a little bit of a monkey off his back moment yesterday when he came through. Look, the Dodgers, he puts the Dodgers up in that game 2-1. Yes, they tie in the bottom of that inning, but if he doesn't get that hit, we're not going to the extra inning, and the Dodgers aren't going to pull away on that bomb by Edwin Rios. So I definitely think that was a big moment for him. And tonight he starts the game with a walk. He had a single, a strikeout, a flyout, and then he hit into that double play. But he's just getting going. Mookie Betts, 7 hits on the year, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. The Betts is yet to come with Mookie, so no question about it. Representing West Los Angeles, Facebook user, what up, Ricky, 10-6, top of the 10th. What do you think the series will look like? I think it's going to be a good series. I think that, look, we're going to have to find out. It's going to be a competitive series, and I don't think it'll feel like the series against the Astros, where it's a complete playoff-like atmosphere as far as just the tension on the field with the teams. But I definitely think the Padres are going to want to make a statement, and I think there's no question about that. Grisham is playing well for them. Machado really hasn't gotten it going yet, but Tatis Jr., that kid is a superstar. He has superstar written all over him, and I think that, yeah, definitely it's going to be a big series for the Dodgers to go in there and say, hey, we're still the kings of the NL West, and there's nothing you can do to take that 8th straight division title from us. But I definitely think it's going to be a big series, and I'm not going to take the pesky Padres lightly this year because, look, they give them credit. Look, they have developed their farm system. They've made big free agent signings. Look, there's a lot of teams around this league that don't want to compete. They're teams that want to service manipulate, they want to tank, and they don't want to win baseball games. But give the Padres credit for playing in the same division as the Dodgers, the mighty, the vaunted Dodgers that are juggernauts of this division, yet they're still trying to win. So I give the Padres credit. I still think that we'll win the series, no question about it. But yeah, they're definitely going to be a team that they can score a lot of runs. I think they score like 12 runs on the Giants tonight. So They're really running away with it on that one. Pokey, strip is consistent. Yeah, definitely, Poke. B+ for chicken strips. Ricky Carter, what he isn't with the Angels? Nope. Strip is elite off of bullpen. His bullpen was pretty similar last year, really. Let's look it up. I think I had it somewhere, but yeah. Free Joe Kelly from Deborah Young, the 94014, the Dallas City enemy territory. Yeah, exactly. Vegan, free Joe Kelly from Harold. If you have not thrown in a hashtag free Joe Kelly in the comments, definitely do it now, because free Joe Kelly has got to be the movement, because he has no business being suspended for doing God's work, for doing the baseball God's work against the Houston Astros and making Correa cry. Last year was a fluke from injuries from Bryant. We got Trinan needs to stay, no question about it. Ricky, free Joe Kelly. Trinan has the stuff and the experience. Trinan is very consistent. We got my favorite Dodger closer was Eric Gagne. Wish we had that for 2020. Hey, Eric Gagne, he was a star. He was a star. Yes, we saw what happened with the HGH. There is some studies that say the HGH doesn't help as much as steroid. But look, yeah, man, Eric Gagne, that was definitely an era at Dodger Stadium. When you heard that entrance song, "Welcome to the Jungle," you knew it was on. But yeah, if you look at I just wanted to kind of get back to that, that Ross Stripling take about the bullpen versus as a starter. I do think that the Dodgers need his stability on the staff this year as the number 3 or 4 guy. But last year, he did not allow an earned run in 12 of 17 relief appearances, including 4 outings of 2 or more innings. So he can get those zeros, and he can also give you extended relief. Last year, he posted a 3.60 ERA as a starter, and as a reliever, he went 2-1 with a 3.05 ERA. So a little less as a reliever, 3.05 versus 3.60. And if you look at the whip, a 121 whip versus a 113 whip. So Ross Stripling is going to help this baseball team one way or the other. But, hey, he's earned his right to start. And through 2 games, you're not taking him out of that starting spot. Ross Stripling deserves that spot as the number 3 starter right now. He is the innings eater of this team. And with the exception of a couple hard hit balls, tonight wasn't his best night. And Ross Stripling still did his thing. So here we go. Dodgers need that consistent catcher hitter. Look, you don't need too much production out of the catcher spot, especially with the DH and the other hitters that the Dodgers have in this lineup once they get going. Once Bellinger and Mookie Betts get going, it's over. It's over. It's lights out for this offense. So I think that at some point you're totally correct that they definitely need a good, solid at bat. Sometimes, look, Austin Barnes is a guy that you want to see. Look, you just want this. I'd rather go with the ceiling of Will Smith than Austin Barnes, where it's like, why even have a bat out there sometimes? No, Austin Barnes, he's a ruthless competitor. He's a fiery guy. Love having Austin Barnes on the team, but I think you got to go Will Smith, and Will Smith is still figuring it out. I'm telling you, if you look at some of his deeper numbers on hard hit balls and stuff, yes, he's Will Smith is 1 for 13 on the year so far, batting 77. But he's a guy that, that one hit was a home run. So that one hit was a bomb in the Giants on that Saturday game, I believe, where the Dodgers lost the Alex Wood game. He hit a home run. I think that you'll take that occasional home run versus what Austin Barnes can give you. So I think I'm still sticking with Will Smith. Ricky Carter, replying to Ricky Carter, true. I like that. You're applying yourself for a poke. You forgot Rockies. The Rockies aren't going to be that team. They're going to fall off. I'm not too concerned with the Rockies for sure. I mean, I know that the it's a tough place to play. They've gotten off to a great start. I think they're 4-1 right now, but I think the Rockies at some point are definitely going to fall off. But it's definitely another team to I mean, look, there's 4 teams that can win a baseball game on any given day, and the Dodgers split with the team that's eventually going to be the last place team. So, hey, yes, trust me, the Dodgers can't take anyone lightly in the NL West in a 60-game season if they want to have a high seed, if they want to have home field advantage. And I understand there's no fans there, but you want to play in your home stadium. That's where you're comfortable. and that's where the pitching is going to be more comfortable too. So I definitely think it's going to bring the best out of this Dodger team. They can't get complacent on their way to an 8th straight division title. It's poke, not pokey. Thanks, Poke. I got you. Michelle Carter, living in Antarctica. Go Dodgers. Michelle Carter, that was cold, man. No, but what's up, Doug? Oh, so saucy. How's it going, oh, so saucy? Tina G-Man. Jose Rod. Hey, Doug. What up, Jose? We got Vegana. I love extra innings. You know what's crazy? Like, I don't want to say it, but trust me. I mean, look, you could look at Old Takes Exposed or whatever. I was not too fond of this extra innings format, but hey, man, I kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie, because look, hey, it still went into 13 innings, even with the extra man on second. So I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty entertaining. I think maybe at first, to me, I think that I think starting at second, putting a man on scoring position is a little much. I would start it at first and see how that goes to see if that ended innings. But if you look at the stats, the vast number of games, the vast majority of baseball games end in 9 innings, and the vast majority of games don't go past 10 innings. So I'd rather see it at a runner on first base if you're going to go that route, and not because that it's going to change anything. I just think it's something that's a little more exciting. I know that the NFL, they've talked about changing the onside kick format, where instead of having an onside kick, you give a team a chance to go first and 30, and if you get the completion, you get a first down. So I do like tinkering with the game. At some point, games have to evolve, but I'd rather see them start at first, see how that goes, and then you put him in scoring position, because at first, then you get a guy an opportunity to bunt the runner across. It kind of you could play small ball, try to get the run across the plate that way. So that's what I'd be more in favor of. Chicken Strip is our man from Michelle. We got Santos. Taylor needs to sit. Yeah, Chris Taylor tonight. Strikeout, a walk, a strikeout. Yeah, he's been going through it too, man. He's been going through it too. He doesn't have the name that Cody Bellinger has, but he's 4 of 22 on the year. He's riding like an 0 for 13 streak. And Chris Taylor, defensively, we know what he's capable of. He made a great play tonight defensively. But, yeah, living in Jerusalem, go Dodgers. Scott, put Bellinger in a different spot in the lineup, switching up. I think that's something that I would entertain too, just mixing things up. I think that ideally he's hit 111 home runs in his young career already. Hit 47 bombs last year. You want the best home run hitter in that forward spot ultimately, but to mix things around, I think maybe moving it around with Cody Bellinger is something that I'd quickly consider. I don't think it's going to change too much. I think it's more Cody Bellinger. I think it's mentally. I think that he just looks like he's really overthinking a lot of pitches out there. He's missing stuff away, and he's missing some stuff really badly. So I think Cody Bellinger, he's going to figure it out. He's got the work ethic. He understands. Look, he wouldn't have tinkered with his swing if he wasn't a guy that wanted to get better. So he's going to get better. He's going to put in the work, and I think that you're going to see Cody Bellinger come around. It's a lot of pressure on him coming off an MVP season and a shortened season. You bring in Mookie Betts. But, Cody Bellinger, we need him to get going. There's no question about it. If Cody Bellinger can't hit at least 250, it's going to be bad for this offense. The offense needs Cody Bellinger to hit dingers. We know Muncie's going to come through with some bombs. Corey Seager and Pollock look like they're going to slug too, but we need him to be the home run hitter of this team. He is the slugger of this lineup. But here we go. But I like that, though. I definitely think that's something just for peace of mind, just to freshen things up. Moving him around. There's a lot of studies that show that wherever you put a guy in the lineup, he's usually going to perform the same, right? So there's that, but I wouldn't be too opposed to mixing that up. I think ultimately I do want to see that 1 through 5 in the lineup set in stone. Sure, you can mix up Muncie and Betts, and I understand the logic behind it, but I think ultimately Betts at the 1, Muncie at the 2. I really like Turner at the 2, but I really like Muncie, but you can't complain with his results right now. Justin Turner on the year, Justin Turner is hitting 308, so he's 8 for 26 with 4 doubles. So he's seeing the ball well. He's got 5 walks. He's the other thing too about Chris Taylor though is the thing you got to give Chris Taylor credit for is he does have 6 walks. He does lead the team in walks, does Chris Taylor. 6 walks on the year to go along with 6 strikeouts. We know what happened in 2017 when he set the record for strikeouts. So he does look a little more disciplined at the plate, a little more selective, And I think that Chris Taylor, we saw how hot he got in the last 55 games last year, so he can catch fire in a hurry too. But we got Walter Barsimian. Hey, Doug, it's Ray Barsimian, but this YouTube account is under my middle name. Dodgers kick some butt tonight. Great show, too. Dodgers going all the way, baby. What up, Walter? Should I call you Walter or Ray now? But, hey, man, hey, however you got to be here, welcome to the show. How's it going, my man? I still got to stick with my World Series prediction, Dodgers over Yanks in 7. Hey, I think that Rob Manfred would love your prediction. I think TV executives would love your prediction, and I think all Dodger fans would too. Beat the Dodgers. Look, last time we played the Yankees in the World Series, we beat them in 1981, and we beat them in their spot. So we beat them at Yankee Stadium in Game 6, I believe. It was Game 6, right? So JT, my man, Ricky Carter. Yeah, Justin Turner, he's just the model of consistency for this franchise. You got to love his start. Justin Turner has quietly put together a very solid start for this team. Second in the team in if you look right now, Justin Turner he's tied for second in the team in hits with 8, along with AJ Pollock and Kiki Hernandez. Of course, the leader is Corey Seager with 9 hits, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs, 5 RBI. So Corey Seager, by the way, man, do I not regret not picking him for team MVP, along with a lot of you Dodger fans that are they're smarter than me apparently at this moment. So Corey Seager's getting it done. Santana is going to be an elite starter next season, along with May and Gonsolin. Polk. We got Edwin Rios. Polk. Edwin Rios is underrated. That kid can hit. Yeah, Edwin Rios, a majestic swing for Edwin Rios. When he gets a hold of one, it's one of the prettiest swings in Major League Baseball. I want to see him utilized. He proved himself on a big stage in a big moment. He came through, and he deserves more opportunities for this Dodgers team. So definitely with Edwin Rios. Dennis Santana has great stuff. Dennis Santana has great stuff. You saw yesterday. He was the difference yesterday. He comes in, and he was pitching. He had some great bait. He was just lighting it up yesterday in another big spot. So a lot of these young players, they're growing up before our eyes, and yeah, he's another guy. For sure, he is on fire this year. Turner is seeing the ball well. Deborah Young, exactly. Justin Turner, this guy, to me, like I said, Justin Turner is the hardest out on this team. Him along with probably Mookie Betts eventually. But Justin Turner, the way this guy understands hitting is just elite, okay? Justin Turner is without question the hardest out on this team. But yep, guys, just over the 1 hour mark. Get your final takes in there. Give me a score prediction for tomorrow's game. Go to DodgersNation.com for all your Dodgers content. Go to the Dodgers store. Gear up. But thanks again, guys. You can follow me at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button at the YouTube channel. So if you're watching this and you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. Okay, go to youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV. And thanks again, guys. You can follow me at DMACLA on Instagram, DMAC_LA on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks again, guys. See you next time. Thanks for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show, and I'm out.